Greetings everyone, and today I'm doing something I never normally do and mouthing off some thoughts that I've had for what they're worth and for anyone interested. I am a big fan of Tony and Chelsea Northrup and their fantastically popular YouTube channel, and recently they have been helping me to grow by publishing a video which had the cojones to say something that's been on my own mind for absolutely years now, which is that it is now unofficially time for Canon to listen to their customers and open up their EOS-R system to third-party manufacturers so we can get some decent choice in lenses going. And taking a look at the comment section of their video and taking a look over at the articles on Canon rumours, it's very telling indeed as to what other people think about that particular question. Just take a look for yourself. Ever since I bought my first digital SLR, a little Canon 550D back in South Korea in 2010, I've always loved Canon and shot on a mixture of official Canon lenses as well as third-party ones. Producers like Sigma, Tamron and Samyang play a vital role in customers enjoying variety and competition. For example, my first ever camera lens was a Canon 50mm f1.4 USM, and I shot to death with it. It was incredible. I learned almost everything I know about photography with it. But the first lens I ever took on holiday somewhere with me was a Tamron 18 to 250mm super zoom. Okay, it didn't have quite the image quality of Canon's own super zoom lens, but it was good enough and a heck of a lot more affordable, which was one of the reasons I bought a Canon camera in the first place. I knew there would be more affordable third-party optics available to me for whenever I wasn't swimming in cash, which has been most of my life and certainly when I was a beginner as a photographer. But it's not just about affordability. Third-party manufacturers produce unique and high-quality lenses also. For example, when did Canon ever bring out an 18 to 35mm f1.8 zoom lens like this Sigma one I took to Korea with me to make a documentary about the life of the churches in that country? It was amazing for video making. When did Canon ever get one of these green monsters out into the marketplace for bodybuilders to do a bit of wedding photography with? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming Canon for a lack of diversity in their lens range, not for one moment, because I can virtually guarantee you that their R&D guys are getting paid a fortune to work around the clock as I speak to design more RF mount lenses. And the ones they've been coming up with so far are pretty ingenious sometimes and also very high quality. But no one lens manufacturer can cover everything. And in order for any camera system to be healthy, it needs a really diverse lineup of lenses, and that's why so many people still opt for Sony cameras. That's why they grew so much. The Sony E-mount lens ecosystem is incredible, and YouTube channels and photography magazines are jam-packed with reviews of endless third-party lenses that are only for Sony E-mount, which keeps the Sony E-mount ever more in the spotlight and more desirable. So, it's understandable that this problem has been seriously winding up Canon and Nikon shooters for the past 4 years or so. It hasn't escaped anyone's attention that Sigma and Tamron haven't been launching new lenses on Canon RF and Nikon Z mount, and that Samyang did, but quickly and mysteriously withdrew the Canon ones from sale without any comment. And now there's finally been public confirmation of it. The Chinese Viltrox lens company accidentally let slip what most of us had already figured out at this point, that Canon are indeed using legal threats to block third-party lens development, which they almost certainly had done with Samyang a couple of years ago, I reckon, and probably have done with other lens manufacturers. Canon officially confirmed it a day or two later, citing unspecified patent infringement. Now, this has not gone down well with commentators or customers wherever on the internet it's been reported. But now there's been another development. Third-party manufacturer Tamron now are releasing a 70 to 300mm lens on the Nikon Z mount system under license and with Nikon's blessing. And that changes everything. Firstly, congratulations Nikon. Perhaps it hurt a little to make that decision, but it was the right one by a long way. Keep that door open and your customers are going to be delighted. But more importantly, if Nikon make the bold decision to open up their camera system while Canon doesn't, well, it doesn't take a business genius to tell what's going to happen. When people see that they can get a beautiful new Nikon Z mount camera and have a huge choice in lenses with way more variety and affordability than Canon do, well, which camera system are they going to invest in? It's almost a no-brainer. Just look again at the strength of the Sony E-mount right now after just a few years of being open to the market. And there's still everything to play for. Plenty of people are still using their old digital SLRs and scratching their heads over which mirrorless system to upgrade to in the future. I don't know Canon's key business motivations, but the way it increasingly looks is that they're way more interested in being greedy with their RF mount than in increasing choice for their customers. Now, it goes without saying that they can do that if they want. They're a business. They have every right. I'm no socialist. I'm not going to try and tell businesses what to do. Who on earth would I be to do that? But if every other camera system in the world is jam-packed with a great selection of both official and third-party optics with variety and affordability, then consumers are just going to look elsewhere, and rightly so. The greatest cause of downfall for major companies of all different kinds throughout history has always been hubris, taking your customers for granted in order to make a few extra bucks, missing the boat on something important. Just ask Kodak. I love Canon and always will do, and I'll always test their lenses. I love them, but I really hope they start listening to their customers and thinking again about their approach, because the game is beginning to play out and they could be on the verge of a huge strategic error. And, well, I can't wait to test that new Tamron lens on Nikon Z mount for what it signifies above anything else, that another camera company have decided that they aren't afraid of a bit of competition. Well, anyway, that's my 2 cents. If you feel strongly about this too, then, well, let Canon know yourselves. Their PR teams do watch videos like this one and read emails from customers. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your views, and ciao for now.